Last session, you plunged headlong into the final moments against Akiri the Harbinger. The stone colossus raised to make the ore burn bright. Farla sprang from hiding and split a back leg wide with a precise, prying dagger strike, while Phelan endured a brutal crush before teaming with Shepard, who skittered in spider form to web and poison another limb. With legs collapsing, the Titan lurched and spun like a grinding millstone, snapping at you as Jake scrambled up its crown, searching for the red-lit weak point that bled Essentia. You weathered its wild rolls and bites. Shepard's venom and Jake's barrage scoured the head, and Farla drove her blade into the eye, sizzling the red core beneath the stone. Phelan called for Farla to clear away, then launched a soaring uppercut that shattered the jaw and burst the crown. The core blew violet, flinging shards into the Baron's lines. His people hovered, but kept their distance as you stood over the ruin. A violet wave passed through you, seeping into skin and gears, leaving you stronger and subtly changed. You gathered what essence you could and rode for the iron kettle, trailed by a fading purple gleam. Misty patched you up and warned that the preacher Rios is rousing crowds with talk of 9 rising and 9 falling. Celebrations swelled. Jake shadowed a 7-foot talisman monger, muttering that the shadow walks under the sun, and learned a residue forms near Desperation Lake. Farla worked the revelers and found Renko, a dust sea herder begging help as night cattle vanish overnight, hides left like parchment, and defiance turning him away. You ended the night in the Rustwater's rooms, fame pressing in as omens gathered. A lake that calls, livestock gone to ground, and the sense that Akiri was only the first. Last session, you plunged headlong into the final moments against Akiri the Harbinger.
All right. Well, with that, we find you all at Iron Kettle, having spent your night with the party and the fears of what is to come lingering. What would you all like to do?
First off, was that a long rest we took?
That's up to you.
Yes, I would like to have taken a long rest.
Okie dokie. I think. All right.
So remember, there are 2 long moves, the downtime, and I get 4 fear.
Whoa, that's a lot of fear. Are you on max?
I think that just put me up to max.
Oh, man.
So the other thing is like a world countdown happens too, where something has shifted in the world when you do long rests.
Okay.
But you all needed to. You had done your 3, like it was time.
All right, I think Phila's gonna wake up from the Rustwater Inn and have a stretch and head downstairs and see what the town's looking like now that everybody's dragged themselves back to their homes. What state is the village in?
Yeah. Look out, you can see the little morning. There's all the signs of revelry, some broken glass, and already people already begun to clean it up and pick from themselves as various walks out of various households. A good amount of people not in their own, having to find their way back to theirs from a crazy night of some hookups as well as celebration. But over in the town, there's just this calmness idea that everyone had just exhaled. And while all of you have heard of this called idea that more are coming, they seem to at least be trying to rest in the idea that this is over. There is no more, and now there's work to be done to move on.
Okay. Are the shops open yet? Perhaps the same shop that we got the dynamite from, for example?
Mm-hmm. It can definitely be opened.
We got the dynamite from Wyland's Gulch.
Oh, okay. That's good, actually. That means they wouldn't recognize us.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, here in the Ankatara, they do quite a bit of mining, and you can see. You maybe hear rumors that they were kind of pushed out of the Weeping Maw there by Destry's folk, but they do. Supplies are somewhat limited because the Destry had bought them, but there's still a few things left they can sell.
All right, great. I'd like to go in there and flex my credentials as a recent Colossus Slayer and try and get some dynamite.
All right. Easy enough. Does it go? Absolutely. But anything for you, and obviously you're going to put that to good use. So they have up to 3 here. That would be a handful each.
Awesome. And did you say anything for us?
Well, I mean, we can. I say we can. Put back and subvert some usual regulations. What I mean, sure. What can we do for you?
Have you got anything special back there behind the counter?
Well.
Anything you don't usually have on display, if you know what I mean.
They kind of, think about for a moment and start to look. And Frollo uses the knives, right?
That's right, yeah.
I do think actually. They are able to. They kind of look and get you for a moment, and they bring out this case that they open up. And as they do, you can see just a little flash of a censure burn that seems to be imbued right along with the blades.
Whoa, that's pretty. Surely you're not just going to give that away.
No, I'm afraid not. But guess you've got a bag. We can make a trade. It's all very special.
Just a bag?
Yeah.
All right, let me convene with my associates and we'll determine whether that's the best use of our essential. But I thank you greatly for the dynamite.
You got it.
I'll head back to the Rustwater Inn. Is anyone up yet?
I'd be up, but I'm at Misty's place.
So you could head there instead if you wanted.
Yeah, I think that's probably where Jake is too.
Yeah.
Sure.
Frollo would know that.
Okay, good. I'll knock on the door and up and at him.
Morning, Farley.
Good morning. Feeling refreshed, ready to go on our next adventure?
Always.
Jake sniffs the air briefly and goes, Farla friend has obtained more explosives.
Yep. One for you, one for you. So we've each got one. And there is something else I meant to ask you about. How do you feel about spending a little bit of essentia at the town here? It's good for their economy.
I'll kind of smile at her. think you're the only one who's concerned with money in this party.
Well, what I want ain't gonna be handed out for free, and I don't feel that robbing these poor folk is the right thing to do.
What I mean is, I have no need of Essentia. And outside of what Jake uses to eat, I don't think he is concerned too much with it either.
Well, before we start coming to conclusions about materialism and such, why don't we head to the general store? And I want to show you something that might tickle your fancy, might ignite in you some, I don't know, urge for material possessions.
Yeah, I could be surprised. Sure.
I want to grab you both and drag you towards the shop. When we get there, I'm gonna look at the shopkeeper intently and like, get the box.
Right. He reaches down and opens it up. And
Do you
shows.
see it? Do you see the glow? Do you see how it glows? Jake, do you see how it glows?
And it looks, you can see that the way it's kind of put in, it's almost carved, so it's made to cut and cause a little bit of extra pain. And as it moves, as the Essentia has its light glow, the light around here, like the sunlight left in the room, just seems to get a little bit darker, as though it can't quite light on the daggers.
Why do you think, Shepard? Could something like that tempt you in your nomadic ways?
My face would kind of shift a little bit to be more feral, and you'd see my canines grow a little bit. And I have no need of daggers when I have claws myself, but I think these would suit you just fine.
Excuse me, shopkeeper. Is there anything that might appeal to a simian in this shop? I don't know, maybe some gold tips, some Essentia tips, grills, as it were.
Well, let's see what I got. Kind of looks, and you can see that they do have a staff, potentially. Depending on the type of weapons that you would use.
So you've all seen me use a rifle so far, and then, of course, when I shift into different forms, I have a staff that I use as a walking stick.
Okay, so here's the rifle. Thank you. I was trying to remember the top. So then they would have. I got to get to. Here we go. Yeah. So in that case, they do have a rifle that's shined up real nice. You can see has what looks like improved sight on it.
This is a fine piece of craftswork here.
We do have 2 bags of Essentia in our possession.
So quick to part with it.
Well, it comes and goes, don't it?
That's
All
true.
wealth is transient.
I'd say let's get daggers for you, and then hold on to the rest of it for a rainy day, as it were.
Does it rain in the desert? What about you, Jake? We could get you a nice collar. I don't know. Maybe it's a mark of intimidation.
Jake cocks his head at you and says, "Will Farla friend explain the flesh one's such constant interest in the weather?"
I'm trying to suggest that we don't let this Essentia go to waste while there are beautiful items that we could be using to impair ourselves.
Jake kind of looks around and kind of stares at you blankly.
It's very hard to explain how metaphor works.
Seriously you blankly, but you have the sense of he's basically saying there's nothing here. So I'm good.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Everything
Well, and
he
thank you
has
kindly,
is-
shopkeeper. Oh, sorry.
no, everything he has is literally part of him. So
For now. In that case, I'll take your finest dagger, thank you. And here's my bag of Essentia.
All right. Takes it. Well, thank you. And puts it out, and this will be a devouring dagger.
Devouring. I shall not bring it out at the charcuterie party. I think Fala's going to be somewhat enamored by this pretty object and simply stare at it for some time, and you will have to make the next move.
just put her on her scorpion and leave.
So, can you say that, or can we say that you share with us the cattle and
Yes.
Desperation Lake stories as we were coming here?
Mhm,
All right.
mhm.
So what say you to going and helping that rancher out and taking a look at this cattle?
Certainly, whatever you want. I think that sounds great.
While I was occupied.
Any other
You
business?
should
we
see
need
a
to take
picture
care
of this dagger. It's amazing.
Jake would nod affirmative. Yes. Do we know where the cattle have gone missing from?
I just had it. It's the Dust Sea. A very wide expanse, to be honest with you.
Say
We
the
might
Dust Sea's a
need
very wide area. Is there a certain outpost or ranch?
Screaming Stern Outpost? It's the only one on the way.
The Screaming Stones. I'm familiar with that place.
I have been to Dust Sea. It takes Jake approximately 1 week to cover entire area
1 week.
when searching.
Okay, so we're in for a long journey.
Phil is making that up.
Yeah.
And you have
And
no idea if that's because Jake is sniffing every single rock he comes across.
Yeah, and if I hear you correctly, you're saying so that's like to navigate the entirety of the Dust Sea,
Mhm.
not traveling to.
Yeah, searching it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's visit the Screaming Stones, and we can probably get more information from there.
Okay,
Shall we head out?
let's head out. I think we should spread the good word of our incredible accomplishments on the way. And if you notice any gossip or fellow travelers who might have additional tidbits, do let me know. Should we mount?
Right. Indeed, with that you can mount on up and well, Pew and Jake transform. And is there any differences that you feel like because you have your scorpion? Is that right, Farla?
That's right, my giant scorpion. I don't know. I think I just feel like a badass because I got my glowing horns now. I got my giant scorpion. I got my fancy dagger. I feel like I'm I'm on top of the. I'm level 10 in my mind, you know.
Absolutely.
Can you keep up? Like, what's the equivalent speed we're going here? How fast are we traveling?
Well, we're riding like the wind.
Okay, so we're like hammering the desert.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, right out, and the people of the Iron Kettle will wave at you gleefully as you leave, especially as you spent quite a bit of ascension, gave it right back to them to go into their economy as the shining daggers kind of wiggle scarily at Barla's side. So, the intention here then is to try to ride to the ranch? Like, where is it you want to go?
I believe we're going to the Screaming Stones to kind of get a better idea as to where the night cattle are disappearing.
Absolutely. All right. So, here we're going to go ahead and. Never mind. All right. Yeah. So riding fast, you move across, and from the route you take, going just about north of the Defiance and near Godfall, you can see the bits of Colossi Essentia being gathered. And already the burning bits of it seem to be stockpiled. Some looks out, see all you go. You can see people observing you running, guns cocked in case you get too close. As Dester's people get what remains. And you leave them in the dust as you move quickly to Screaming Stone. And is there anything in particular? Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
That's basically what I was going to ask. Yeah.
I'm bad at
All
this.
right, go ahead, Liv.
Why is it called the Screaming Stone Outpost? What's the story there?
So it's surrounded by these rock sculptures, or rock structures rather, that when the wind blows through them gives off an eerie sound that sounds very much like screaming.
Oh, so it's like a tourist attraction.
It's not a pleasant place to be.
I see. Why is there an outpost? Is it purely for the Essentia?
Yes, it's fairly close to a rather lucrative mine.
Hmm. Interesting. Have you been there, Jake?
I'll nod affirmatively. Yes. Believe creator once called it tourist trap.
Interesting. What exactly are they selling? Is it more talismans?
Well, they say the place is haunted. The screams are the cries of the dead.
Ooh, ghost stories. This could be fun.
Uncertain about ghosts. Many call Jake Ghost. Uncertain if many know what a ghost is.
Sometimes the things you say are more accurate than you can believe.
His head just cocks to the side.
I'm gonna have to learn how to talk Clank. All right, as we come up on it, what do we see?
Okay, absolutely. So, all right, coming close to the Screaming Stones, you can already hear why they kind of have their name as the wind blows, as um, carried with Essentia. You can see some of them some of the bits of Essentia spark against other bits of the rocks here. And as they do, there's almost these strange notes that scream out. It's hard to tell exactly whether it's just a note or a word. Brains try to put some type of meaning to it, or they have meaning already. But the outpost itself can see seems to be painted, it seems, in like blues and pinks. It's bright and unusually welcoming. And you can see that there's already stores that say, grab your own screaming stone, bring it on home. But in and around the outpost, you can see where there are fences for cattle, large tracts of land. As you kind of ride up, seeing acres and acres put out, and water source up north that you can tell is where many are probably brought to water here. As well as like what seems to be like a stream almost that runs just to the west. So a lot of a mixture between night cattle moving and some other stocks, and you can see large, just on the outskirts of the town, you can see what look like these strange contraptions. You have not quite seen them before. They're iron and seem to be burning Essentia, and the air in the area around them has what appears to be grass and plants and all types of things. People grabbing hay, and you can see a bunch being cut down. Looks like grass, maybe the size of up to your shoulders, that then within just a few minutes grow again as the Essentia burns, trying to use what's here to make a living. It really seems to be a functioning place. Not so much general stores and that, but a mixture between, as Jake's Meta might say, the tourist trap industry, and then just everyone do what they can to make their living. And again, as you're seeing, it's a little more excited as people run and grab their stones and all that. What would you like to do?
So I think I would shift back into my humanoid form as we enter the town, and just kind of looking around, noting the changes and whatnot. And unless you have something built up, I would have an interaction with people that I've met there before.
Right. Absolutely. So you try to find who is someone that you kind of thought you knew?
So I think as we're kind of walking along, as we get closer to one of the growing stations, you would hear just thunderous steps as someone comes running towards and just tackles me full speed. And it's a large fawn that's more of built like a cow, and it's a young, maybe 15, 16-year-old female fawn who tackles Pew just out of just pure glee. And this would be Christine, who her father is a rancher, and so he's out of town a lot. but her mother passed away while he was gone, and so Shepard kind of looked after her for about a year and a half or so before he came back.
Yeah, she comes up. She goes, "Ha! Shepard Pugh! I haven't seen you in forever."
Hello, Christine.
Yeah.
How are you?
Friends? Yeah, we're doing good. People start coming up with rocks. She kind of kicks them in their shins. She goes, "Don't try to get them. Now, get out of here. We know them. They're friends." He's a shepherd. These people kind of look, go, "Dang it, man."
And
I'm being rude. This is Farla. And then this here's the ghost, as you all know, or Jake.
Artie, you, I think I saw you once. You were chasing something and sneaking, and I saw the light of your eyes. I thought it meant that I should go home and never leave again. I was like eating.
That was not my intention to communicate that. I did not intend to communicate anything.
Kind of quickly looks and starts weirdly touching Farla's horns. Wow, you're so pretty.
oh, wow, thank you. That's so kind. And Farla's gonna do. I feel like we should introduce a fawn custom here, and I think we should lock antlers. Not like in an oppositional way, but hook them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. She kind of goes
A
in.
high five hook.
That's right. She goes, "All right." It kind of puts them in. And,
love your coloring. Beautiful stuff.
makes a little red in her face. Thank you.
So, can you give us a tour? What's the best spot to look at the stones? Where can you hear them best?
Goes, well, the best time is at night when they start to cool off. Well, because we can definitely go look, especially with all of you, but it's most have been just doing it during the day. They are worried it's been getting a little bit too dangerous. They've been seeing strange things out there.
Stranger than singing stones or screaming stones?
Well, she kind of breathes. I tend to see kind of weird forms in the night. Somebody said that he was he was drunk as a skunk, but Jed was out there and said that he had saw his family was calling to him, demanded that they join him or something like that. When he came back, he got on his wolf, and we ain't seen him since.
How long ago was this?
Oh, it was a day or so.
Any other disappearances like that?
Things. I mean, and at this point, so we kind of came back with the person who kind of hired you a little bit, and she goes, "Well, it's good that he came back. We thought he might have left for good too, but yeah." Kind of says, "I can't quite." Thinks about it. She goes, "I mean, not really. Everyone's been staying in since then, and just kind of looks around. Oh, last night, we all heard a noise, and from Miss Garrity, her house, and we checked, and she was okay, and she hasn't come out today. She just keeps saying that everything's fine, and she's just feeling under the weather, but that's about it."
Is she one for telling porcupines?
Oh, she ain't fun at all. She was more serious than a wolf snake.
Mayhap she'll see a shepherd.
Can try.
I say we head over there. But one last thing. Have there been any reports of missing cattle? Or, I don't know, desiccated cattle?
Oh yeah, and she looks at the person you kind of brought with you back from cattle. Goes, I mean, you've been talking about that.
So we're in the right place then.
Yeah, I guess you are. I mean, it's been interesting.
Well,
I helped him find some and cleaned it up. Everybody else has now been mostly doing the cattle during the day, but that's the problem with them. You work them out too much in the day, they overheat. So we lost about 20 in the last few days just from heat exhaustion. Not supposed to be moved except at night.
The night is too dangerous. Well, we'll see what we can do about it.
Jake, are you tailored for nighttime vision by any chance?
No. Creator never got around to that upgrade.
Okay, no problem. Perhaps, Shepard, we need a bit more information. Would you like to lead the way?
Sure, let's go see the old lady and see what she has to say. So I didn't catch her. What was her name again?
Don't tell her that.
Miss Garrity.
Miss Garrity. Yeah, let's go see old Garrity. Warning. As Christine said, she's a hoot.
I won't forget my mems.
Please and thank yous. So yeah, we'll go swing by her spot. We'll knock on her door.
Alright, sounds good. Get up on here. Give me a presence roll, please.
As we approach, Jake's eyes are going to glow, and he is casting Reveal, looking for anything magic within close range. So I have to make a spell casting roll, it says. Which, that's pretty good. That is a 21 with hope.
Interesting.
Just looking to see if there's any indication of something off or something unusual.
Yeah, your eyes kind of glow, and in the shadow of Garrity's home here, a little bit off of the main road, where you can see that she has a fence, and she herself has a few smaller versions of those sensor generators, those things that help with growth, but to a lesser extent, she keeps an all right garden, some trees that go around, which gives this whole place a weird feel here and there. Is just the odd, healthy greens amidst the rock and the dust brought on by the ascension. Within the shadows, Jake, that you see what looks like this woman. He holds her head in her hand. out, her face looking with hatred upon the house of Garrity. As you sense the hands turn the head towards you without the body moving. As it moves and fades away.
You hear some Farla and Shepard can almost hear like some gears turning all of a sudden, and Jake's head is his head turned in a direction for a moment, and he looks back at the two of you and says, I have cross-checked the information from my creator, and by all definitions, I know that was a ghost. And he
Wow.
indicates back where he saw it.
You're seeing ghosts now.
Yes, affirmative.
So can you confirm or deny whether you are in fact a ghost?
I only fit 25% of definitions of ghost. And he'll describe to them what it is.
Oh, wow. Did it look dangerous? Like harmful?
Saw no weapons, but not happy with house or woman inside. Uncertain.
Can I make a knowledge roll to kind of establish if there really is truth to the hauntings and like what may be tied to that, or if there was like history with old Garrity and some other people?
Yeah, give me a knowledge roll.
Okay. I would like to spend a hope to use one with the land as one of my experiences.
All right.
Okay. So I got a 19 fear.
All right. You remember stories told about Miss Garrity, who was at one time Mrs. Garrity. But before then, she was simply Miss Phelps. For there was a different Mrs. Garrity who lived here, and through ultimately that Mrs. Garrity had been accused of stealing from folks their food in a sense, and even hurting somebody. That person never recovered and ended up dying, and as a result, well, that Mrs. Garrity had lost her head. It wasn't more than a week or two later that a new Miss Phelps became the new Mrs. Garrity. There was always rumors, whether she just took advantage or whatnot. But who's to say?
Is Mr. Garrity still around?
Oh, he had passed some time ago.
I will share this information with both of you.
Are we in front of Miss Garrity now? Is she around?
You're just at her house.
Are we inside? Are we knocked?
Nope.
Okay.
You're
So
just gonna
it's not like we're talking about her right in front of me.
Yeah, no. You would just approach her house, and Jake kind of was like looking for something magic, like was trying to trick that, and
Okay.
then saw this strange apparent apparition.
Ooh. Okay. Well,
Shepherd,
then that's unsettling.
Shepherd friend, Do people take others' names often?
When they partner with each other, yes. It's a symbolism of them becoming one.
What if one simply became another?
How do you mean?
What if I were Farla, and one day I thought, you know what? I want to be Shepherd Pugh.
Well, it's a lot like how I shift, so I don't see how that couldn't happen. Would you like to be called Shepherd Pugh going forward?
No, I quite like Farla, but I'm wondering, Jake, what you saw, could that have been the old Miss Gady?
It's possible. She did not give her name. She did look at me.
Would you describe her as a Miss Gady looking character?
You hear things going off. He resembles 61.2% of all miscarities in my memory banks.
Gosh, you're just a wealth of information.
Let us know if the current Miss Garrity fits your catalog.
Yeah, that's a good point. Shall we head on in? Shepherd, I really hope you know how to sweet talk this lovely old lady.
Although I've had interactions with her, I wouldn't classify any of them as sweet talking. As I said, she's a bit different. But you may allow us in. So yeah, unless there's anything else, I'll go up and knock on the door. And you said make a presence roll for that?
Yeah.
Okay. 14 hope.
All right. You knock, give a shout out. As you do, you can see that the windows here are covered from the outside. What looks like canvas that's been stretched and nailed to cover the door, or to cover the windows. And the door itself also has been wrapped in this hardy fabric on the corner so that your knock is a little bit muted, but still loud as the door opens. You can see not old, but slightly older woman, still having wiles and physicality to her. Looks out. Her hair, as you remember, usually, even if you'd wake her up at night, in the middle of the night, it seemed she would be all done up. But you see her hair, though pulled back, many strands are out of place. Looks a bit haggard. Her eyes just like she hasn't gotten any sleep. She looks at you, goes, "Why are you?" Oh. Shepherd Pugh. Well, it's mighty fine that you pay an old lady like me a visit. And with your disciples?
Traveling partners.
Oh, of course, of course.
How are you, Miss Garrity?
Oh, I'm doing all right. And, just keep it to myself. I'm sure you've heard of the stores and everything. Who knows if anything's going to come in now, So I don't know. I think it's best to only go out when you have to. People start acting like everything's fine around here. Sorry, not to trouble you. Just people keep coming out like everything's been normal the last few weeks when it ain't.
That's pretty clear. Do you mind if we come in and talk to you?
Well, yeah, sure. Well, you come on in and got some. I'll put a kettle on if that's all right.
You'd be most welcome. Thank you.
All right. Looks down at Jake like, I got some oil for your friend if he needs it. If they need it.
I am fine. Thank you.
All right. Well,
Mm.
all the same, let me know. I mean, I'm not one to be unhospitable. You should know that. And, well, Shepard knows that. Come on in. She gets out and you can. Oh, go ahead.
As we're about to enter in, I would just like to do a quick glance around to see if anybody's watching. Anyone seeing who goes in or if she ever leaves.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Go ahead and let's do instinct.
16 hope.
And hope. You look and out near what looks like one of the storage buildings that you know where they keep things for if things don't go well. It's a bit hard from here, but you can see a figure that's just leaned up against the side and is in fact watching. Their hat kind of conceals their features a bit, but you know enough that they're keeping an eye on the place.
I'll try and casually tap Farla and nod in that direction. But I won't say anything.
Farla's gonna start tracking. Not noticeably, not visibly, but that person is now under observation.
All right. Are you still going in the house, though? Okay.
Yes.
So it's closed. And like I said, the windows now are all covered, so there's no way to see out as you get in. But let's say, Farley, you definitely kind of give your, try to get the idea of the figure the best you can.
I see, yeah, because the windows are covered. Maybe
Right.
I will. Is it okay if I can, stand at the door then?
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with, kind of the split the party stuff. We just kind of keep it rolling.
If that's okay with you, then I'll stand guard at the door, I suppose.
Yeah. You kind of let it close. And I think at this, you can see the figure gets a little nervous and starts to move away a bit. Kind of going over and trying to go behind the building, it looks like.
They can surely try. I'm gonna follow them.
All right. How do you are you just kind of casually going, or are you rushing over?
No, I think I want to rush over. Fowler isn't wise. I think we should dispel any rumors that he might be wise.
All right, I like that. Yeah, give me an agility, please.
Agility. 16 with hope.
All right. Describe me what it looks like for Farley to do this crazy sprint.
As soon as the person goes to turn and move away, or even looks a little uncomfortable at the fact that Fowler's watching them, I think she's just going to do a Caprine leap and jump over and then stand bolt upright and be like, "Hello, what you doing there?"
You can see in this surprise fashion, you see them kind of tuck something into an inner pocket as
What's that?
what? I don't got nothing. Sorry. I was just walking, trying to get my own, get a breath of fresh air, and goes into like onto your children, you're quick enough to have seen that they kind of go in, and then from what you suspect is a different pocket, bring like the cigar. Goes, I'm just trying to get a smoke. Uh,
How strange! You both want fresh air, and then to have a cigar. That's so conflicting.
Oh, it's better to have it outside with, can mix with the essentia in the air. It lights it good, gives a good burn to it. And you see this man, this is a more younger gentleman. It's like cow-like ears, more like a Firbolg. Kind of shaking a bit as he goes, not that strange. I mean, it's kind of strange. She's kind of put up on me. I was kind of looking the house, hoping that Miss Garrity was all right. And well, now you're here, and I'm sorry. That was just you fast.
Hi, yeah, I'm quite fast. So why are you worried about Miss Garrity? That's so strange that you would watch your house like that.
Oh, everybody else had come out, and got to watch out for the older folk of, it's good citizenry. You know what I'm saying?
Does he seem trustworthy? Does he seem like he's telling the truth?
I'm going to leave that up to you. How you feel they're doing?
I think the fact that they reached into a different pocket, that's pretty sus to me. So I'm gonna lean into them and drop the volume a little and just say, "You can tell me what you're up to. Don't worry about that. I'm trustworthy. I'm not from around here. I'm not gonna tell anybody. What's the word on the street? I don't want to try and use my you can trust me experience."
Okay. Like that. Yeah, give me a presence. Spend your hope and get your +2.
Mm-hmm. 15 with hope.
15 with hope. Kind of. Set you here. I mean, well, just, trying to she's not this is not the nice old woman she pretends to be, And with everything acting a bit strange here, maybe I was hoping something strange happened to her.
So this ain't a matter of keeping her in, keeping her out, it's a matter of keeping her in.
I mean, I guess we'll see. She had to cover her windows up, and maybe I was just hoping whatever's out there was going to get her too.
So you just hang by her house hoping that something serendipitously takes care of her?
Kind of looks down and up for a moment. I just came here a few days ago, that's all. And
How strange.
just wanted to see her. When I heard that maybe something bad would happen, maybe I got my hopes up, all right?
I see. Perhaps we can work together.
What would it cost? I know ain't nothing free in the Drylands.
I think we could just have a favor system. Perhaps we could call upon you in time of need.
All right. So he leans in. Let's just say it might be more likely something happens if she gets out into the night air. You know what I mean?
I hear you. Okay.
And you can see as he does that, his hand does almost like unconsciously go on the outside of that of where you think he stashed something.
I see. Can I like try and get a glance at his neck? Does he have any sigil?
Ah, not like that. No.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for letting me in on the gig, and I'll do my best to assist.
He goes, all right. I'm glad I met you then. Uh, so you get around, I'll be waiting. You know what I mean?
You'll know when it's time.
All right.
Fallow's gonna head back and stand at the door like nothing ever happened.
All right, then. Excuse me. Going on in, the two of you find yourself seated amidst various pictures. You see a lot of portraits and paintings, even some essentia sketches, things done with a flash of light, kind of like black and white photos. Put out. So Pew, you can see that what's interesting is they're all of Miss Garrity. Don't see any of her husband or anything sentimental like that. Though, interesting enough, you can tell that there's a bit of like what looks like shattered glass, just bits, like something was cleaned up and just some bits were left off that are on the floor near a few stands, like a few end tables, I should say.
Okay. So as I'm looking at the drawings and the photos, and just around the environment in general, I'm looking for signs of essentially like dementia, or just see if she's starting to lose her wits or anything as she's getting older and isolated.
Sure.
So I'll ask her. I'll comment on the photos and be like, "These are very nice. This what you're doing as a hobby, staying active?"
Oh, well, those, yeah, just remembering and kind of almost like it for a moment. She kind of gets what it kind of looks like, and she goes, "Well, we all make our own way in the world, and not to offend your sensibilities, Shepard, but I kind of feel like we're the only ones any of us can really count on. I'm here, for what I did, what I worked hard to do."
There's nothing wrong with being reliant upon yourself. You should take pride in that.
That's right. So I've been doing those drawings, trying to find maybe what's next. I guess I find myself a little bit without, I don't know, any ambition. I think I've just been trying to find it maybe in these drawings of mine, seeing if I can't pull something out.
Any luck?
Not yet.
At this point, I'll notice the glass at that point and say, "What happened here?"
Just kind of clams up. Well, just it's a photo. I knocked it over last night. Heard some noises outside. you know.
I will move to clean up the glass and take a better look.
So you get that glass, you can see the photo frame, what she's referring to, seems to be gone. So it's just these little pieces of glass. And taking a look, you do see there's just a little bit of red. I specifically say crimson. Just on the side of them. Not a lot.
I will look to Jake, and I'm gonna say something, and the hope is that you would be able to understand the double meaning behind it. I will comment. It's a bit stuffy in here. How's the air quality? Are you noticing a smell or anything of note?
Jake will see if he senses any essentia.
All right. Go ahead and give me instinct.
And I'm going to use a hope for my uncanny instincts experience. So, ooh, that's pretty good. That's going to be 16 plus 18 plus 21 with hope.
Okay, 21 with hope. As you, I'm gonna let yourself breathe in. It's a bit there's this trace of energy that you had not felt before. It is both, you recognize it deep within your systems as a type of essentia, but it's been processed. It's not raw, but you've never encountered this signature that's been processed this way before. It's very off. And I'd say, well, you can tell from this kind of limited exposure here is that it seems to be more what could affect somebody's. What you can figure out is that even as you sense it, okay, I apologize. I'm trying to figure out exactly how to do this for you. Now I got it. As you kind of process it, you see reflected in the glass kind of something that Jake tries not to let come to their front processors. They don't like it when it comes there. What is that? What do you see reflected in the glass? Do you get a sense of this energy?
It's a scene from inside First Home. And there is a mix of cracked powdered essentia and blood on the walls. and it's a fleeting image, but it's a buried memory that Jake keeps buried.
All right. So, Jake, as you see that, you realize whatever this is seemed to have interacted and brought that not only to your forefront, but also made that image.
Okay.
And you can kind of see that it's also kind of reflected in some of the polished wood, but as if the glass projected it. You don't think it's an illusion. Oh, I'd say you don't think it's hallucination.
Mhm.
I think that the light, what you saw, is real light. And if anyone else was looking, which it doesn't seem like they were, they might have saw it too.
So just to make sure before I respond, so Jake is sensing some kind of essentia, processed essentia, and as he's doing that, he all of a sudden sees something, but it feels more like a memory is being drawn up.
Yeah.
Okay. And so
And somehow kind of manifested.
it manifested too. Okay. I was going back and forth between how much I was gonna wreck Shepard Pugh's attempt to be subtle, but I think I was gonna make it humorous, but I think actually it's just gonna come out this way instead. You say that, and Jake puts his nose up and sniffs. Then you see him tilt his head, look down, and you see Jake come up to all fours and sort of shrink a little bit. His ears go down, and there's a flash in his eyes, and he says, "Shepherd friend, must leave. Area infected. Bad essentia. Must leave."
Ooh.
Contaminated. House, maybe house. Glass, maybe wood.
Getting that from Jake, I think my demeanor would completely change at that point as well. I would take a defensive step back away from Miss Garrity towards the door, and I would ask her again, "Miss Garrity, is everything all right?"
Yeah. Go ahead and give me another presence roll, please.
So I have a new experience closer to the grave, which is just being old, and I got 1 foot in the grave already. Can I use it as kind of an experience of actually being experienced and having a sense of danger and seeing a lot of different stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, I needed that. It's going to be a 13 with hope.
Let's help. And she kind of looks at you. And kind of shakes. And she says, she's come for me, Shepard. She's said my heart. And She kind of looks and her eyes rest on Jake when she screams, blood curdling, and passes out. You see, as she hits the floor, blood around her eyes.
Does Farla hear that scream?
Yeah.
I think Father's gonna hear that scream and bust the door down. I was given hooves for a reason.
Contradictory. Jake will wheel around when he sees Farla doing that, and will say, "Farla, friend, do not enter. Do not enter. Corrupted. Bad essentia. Bad essentia. Shepherd friend.
Oh,
Shepherd
goodness.
friend must, if want to help Miss Garrett, must remove from house."
All right. I will follow the wisdom of my spirit animal and look to grab Miss Garrity and get her out of here.
Farla, you wanted to bust that door down. Give me a strength, please. Roll.
Seems overkill now, but oh well. 17 critical success.
Oh yeah.
All right. You bust it down. And I think as they go, all right, let's go. You see, as you're trying to pull her, they're all trying to pull her out. Everyone's saying this. The cloth comes off from the door on the outside as you bust in here. And you see what looks like almost like scratched, like with fingernails, into the door.
As in, it was covered by the fabric, and now the
Yeah.
fabric's gone. We can see that. Okay.
Yeah, you see scratches that say, "You will end up, or I will make you what your heart has always been made of."
Who wrote that? Did one of you write this?
I didn't write that.
What's going on with her? I mean, ma'am. I mean, the ma'am over there.
It's a great question. Yeah, I will pick her up, throw her over my shoulder, and try and get her out of the house.
Yeah.
You sure you want to take her with us?
I would be remiss if we were to leave her in danger.
Yeah, you'd hate to take her out of the house, out of the danger. Okay, well, I've cleared the way for you. Can we just take her outside? Put
Yeah.
her somewhere real safe?
You take her out. You can see that person wearing the star of a sheriff is kind of making their way, or has made their way kind of quickly, looking and recognizes Shepherd Pugh, and now has slowed what we think was a run to more of a quickened walk to see what's going on. But decide when you address them.
I would hail the sheriff and let him know we were checking in on Miss Garrity and things came to a head. She screamed and blood started coming from her eyes. I want to get her to someplace where we could have a closer look at her in a safe environment.
What about the guns? Yeah, I gotta get her somewhere, I guess. It's the my office gonna be the best place. With that, let's go get her a bed. She's gonna get mad at me if she finds herself in a cell, but at least we could get her taken care of. I'll let somebody know.
As we start heading in that direction, can I just scan the area to see if I recognize the furball from before?
I was trying to see. You catch eyes with the guy. He's got this hat that kind of is covering his ears, kind of keeping his profile kind of low. But he does glance with you and gets a big smile, hearing where she's going to go, and definitely thinks that you set this up.
I look like a genius.
As we're traveling, I'll call out to the sheriff. Sheriff, can we make sure no one goes into that house?
Right. Cause you see a few people nearby. You goes, Fred, get over on here. You make sure no one comes in here. I'll be back with some stuff to board it up. All right. Kind of looks at her. Don't go in the yard either. Don't let anyone pass the gate. All right. All right. I can do that. God, Sheriff. All right, let's go.
Much obliged, Sheriff.
And essentially quickly kind of brings you over to the jailhouse here, and you see it's not empty. There are a few folk in cells. A few looking kind of scared. As he directs you over to one that's empty and says, "All right, I'm gonna go and takes is picking up like some wood boards and rope. I'm gonna go take care of that house. Y'all do what you can over here, all right? After I get it boarded up, I'll try to send word over and get somebody over here, all right, to watch her."
I don't think that's necessary, Sheriff. I think perhaps guarding her is more important than boarding up the house.
Right. Kind of looks to Shepherd.
The house is of no value. It's her we should be worried about.
Think something's out to get her?
I have seen some things written, not with a pen or a quill, but with a nail or a scratch that make me think that place is not safe.
All right. Stuff down.
House is not safe. Not safe.
I can. All right. And takes out two revolvers. I'll be outside. I'll be watching here then. You think someone's out to get her? I mean, that old bad calls me all tops of hell, but ain't no one take my people.
Thank you, Sheriff. It's nice to meet one of the good ones.
You see, laying her down, she still is passed out, kind of murmuring a bit. No. And still, not like gushing, but every once in a while you can see the little red trickle from her eyes, and a little bit of tremors going through her as if something's not right.
I will take out my herbs and things of that nature and try and do what I can for her to calm her a bit. Try and put her into a dreamless sleep.
Right.
I have just enough hope to do this. Could Jake use his mending touch, which once per long rest he can spend the time learning something about the person he's healing. Could he try to figure out if this weird process essentia has somehow infected her?
All right. Is there any roll for your mending touch, or does it just kind of go?
Is there a roll? There is. No, I just have to spend 2 hope to do it.
All right.
Use up all the
Yeah. So, what does it look like for you to begin to heal her with your mending touch?
I think normally when he heals with the healing touch, it's literally like he goes up and he has a tongue comes out that is sort of got like almost like a medical sponge, and he literally licks and it's got like like antiseptic and antibacterial stuff in it. This time what he's doing is he's trying to carefully lick around her eyes and take some of the blood in. And then so both sniff it, but also take some of it in, and it's like a little mini medical lab, and it just starts running everything it can to figure out, is there essentia here? Is there that sort of thing?
Absolutely. To do that, you can, as you begin doing that, you can feel her breathing become steadier. Heartbeat calming down a little bit, and start to get a sense of her. This strange, presence of that type of essentia. It seems to have gotten in her pretty deep. It's not so much infection per se, but more like just kind of seeped into her. And it's only now you kind of get the sense of, in this place, how it's so different. Kind of think back to the house, felt like it was very thick, that presence. I would say that. So you find out what you begin from your presence. You start to see, just in a reflection of her mind, you get a sense of her covering almost any reflective surface she could find, covering photos and things like keepsakes of souvenirs, anything that you could associate with memory. And then she started to focus on herself, just kept on drawing and put in images of her, almost like a centering that she was trying to do in like a neurotic fashion. And as you think of what got brought up into your mind, as if she was trying to keep her mind from thinking about anything in the past, or trying to focus on the present.
Now, you said it was different there. Does that mean is Jake actually feeling that some of that presence is in the room we're in as well?
So it's more like you didn't quite. You realize how clean this area is compared to what that house was like.
Okay. So he's getting a sense of that. All right. And when you say seeping in, I probably can't tell this, but I'll ask anyways. Like, can he get a sense? Is it something she's breathing in, or something that was in? I mean, it's likely he can't tell from what he's doing, but I have to ask.
Yeah, that's a little bit beyond what Jake's able to do.
Cool. All right. So, okay. So I think that Jake will turn to Shepard and Farla and say, and he's a little more calm now because he's not in that house anymore where it was so thick, and so he's able to communicate better. and he says, bad essentia that had been changed in her house got into her. Makes you see. No, see is wrong. Makes you remember things you don't want to. Then see them. And he looks a little confused. Unclear how. But this Essentia is in her.
Did you see the Essentia in the house? Could you sense where it was coming from? The ceiling, the floor? Was it the spirit of Essentia?
Everywhere. Thick. Everywhere. Saw in reflected glass. Little on wood.
Oh.
Saw things from... And then he pauses. And then he doesn't finish the sentence.
Have I ever seen you do something like that before?
Which part?
Kind of skip over or not finish a thought.
It looks... Yes, but in different contexts.
Okay.
It does look like what happens like when the other voice takes over, where like there's all of a sudden a skip. Like there's like a skip in the script or something.
Okay.
It looks like you've seen it happen when the other voice takes over. You've seen it happen when maybe he's distracted, but this just kind of stopped. But it's usually a nope that this a process is ending. And maybe ending prematurely.
Got it. Okay.
Is she still bleeding from the eyes? Is she okay? Is she like imminently dying?
After Jake's treatment, she seems like she's stabilized.
Yeah. Just if you need to know, Matt, it should clear either 2 hit points or 2 stress.
Yeah. I think she might have been going down pretty quick, but this is kind of taken away from that. Definitely.
I think we need to find the source.
Yeah.
Jake, you think this area is clean, so she's not the source. It's tied to the house?
Uncertain. Your friend, was it Christine?
Christine, yep.
Your friend, Christine, nice friend. She said another person saw things and then left. Unrelated? Uncertain. Uncertain if related. But visual hallucinations, but hallucinations is wrong. Not hallucinations, but seeing things. Part of symptoms.
I think we may need to take a closer look at night.
Yeah.
I think that's a good plan. It seems like all the strangeness does happen at night around here.
Just before she went under, she also said she heard something, heard someone at night.
I don't know what that could have been. No idea.
Right before she fell under, also screamed at me. Uncertain, and then actually Jake is sort of like moving his paw to be uncertain, and then looks at his paw and looks at himself. Reflective surface.
Oh.
As if the light bulb might have just gone on in Phil's head too. They sort of looked and realized reflective surface. She
Okay.
covered all reflective surfaces in her house. Fortunately, I am reflective.
You know, it might be real effective to cover you in a sheet of some kind. With the eye holes cut out. And ear holes, perhaps.
You've never seen... Jake does not appear to have a change in expression, and somehow, Farla, you know that he just squints at you. I am not a ghost, Farla.
Make our guests more comfortable.
Well, to that thought, maybe we should hang up some sheets or something around this area and remove reflective materials from her line of sight in here, in case that may lead to more problems.
Simpler solution, though would need to make sure it is okay, would be to blindfold her.
Mm.
As long as there are others around to not let her bump into things.
She's in a cell. She'll be We're helping.
Let's see if we can get the cooperation of the sheriff to help with that one. Free us up to take a look at what's going on at night.
Sounds good. I'll go get him. Sheriff, we've got a plan. We need your help.
All right. Kind of looks out. His little guy who is bought totally into your authority. So he's like, all right, now I'm coming in. All right. Wow. How can I help? This is I'm actually glad y'all are here. It's been getting weirder and weirder around here.
It's about to get weirder. Shepard, do you want to explain the plan?
Oh no, I think you got it.
All right.
Jake will turn and look at the sheriff and just go, she fell unconscious because she saw things in reflections. Needs to not see reflections. Ergo, best course of action, to blindfold her when she wakes up.
Blindfold her. All right.
Jake says this like it's the obvious, most logical thing, a statement in the world.
Yeah. And goes, if you say so. I mean,
If you want to stop her from bumping into things, you can take my lasso.
well, I'm about to restrain her. At least not just yet.
It's for her safety.
Well, yeah. And he does take some fabric and kind of puts it around her. She's resting now. We can always lock her in if we're worried about her bumping into stuff.
I think that's sensible.
I imagine she'd take it off. It's not like we're locking this onto her head or anything.
Well, that's it. She'll be able to take it off if she doesn't have restraint. So I think we should handcuff her and make sure the cell's locked, and then she'll be perfectly safe.
Do you have something against old ladies?
No! How dare you?
Well, I'm not seeing the need to restrain somebody unless there's a danger that I'm not aware of.
Oh, it's just the blindfold might fall off, or she might pull it off if she can manipulate it.
Someone could let her know that would not be in her best interest. But if she
That's
chooses
true.
to take the blindfold off, I'm an advocate of choice. I'll leave it at that.
She has shown understanding that reflective surfaces are the problem. Therefore, if it is explained what the blindfold is for, she would be unlikely to take it off. Uncertain.
Okay. Sheriff, if you could explain that to her for us so we can investigate, that'd be very helpful.
All right. I'll put it on for now. If she wakes up, I'll make sure to let her know then. Try to keep her as calm as I can.
What's your take on what's been going on at night?
Well, screams have been louder than normal. They've been increasing. Tell you the truth, it started way back when that Colossus started coming around. But I don't know, just been getting worse. I heard that you all are the ones that felt it, and I guess I was hoping it would calm down, but even just the other night, look at that, the screams were louder. I guess it's always been terrible about people thinking they hear someone, that they know or something, but the first time I ever experienced it, it's like my mama was scolding me for sneaking out at night. And not just that, Shepard. It was the same words that she used. I snuck out, and she had come to try to find me. And, well, she ran into the wrong folks, and she got pretty banged up and robbed. It was as if it was the exact way she talked to me that night.
I'll look down at Jake. Painful memories.
Jake
Seems
just slowly nods.
maybe something is feeding off of those memories or pulling them out for some reason. I look back to Sheriff. I think that's the source of all this that's going on. There's something out there that's causing these memories. I hope to try and find more tonight. Can you think of anywhere where it's more common to have these experiences?
Well, I think for a moment. I don't know. I know it's more than voices. I know something's been getting the cattle. You go out to the ranches. But that's been the most dangerous place. Well, presumably. I don't think any of us want to meet whatever's doing that to them. But as you know, the outpost is so central. It doesn't seem like there's a particular thing other than what he said.
Got it. All right. Well, if it's all right with you, Sheriff, I think we're gonna go do some investigating tonight. Maybe best if the rest of the townsfolk stay indoors.
And stay out of that house,
Yes.
including you.
All right, well, that's fine. Keep everybody. Kind of looks. Well, isn't that what got her? She was in.
I think that house might be special if Jake's readings are correct.
All right. I'll let folks know that you gotta be careful until we figure out what's going on. I mean, ain't nowhere nearby to go, so We don't have much of a choice anyway.
On an unrelated note, Sheriff, where's the best place to buy a screaming stone souvenir?
Collapse. Well, you don't want to spend money on that stuff. Honestly, Seymour and Sally, because he's like, you recognize them, Galapagos, children. They get the best stuff. They take a little bit more risks than the adults. Their stones, well, I'd say they get the most authentic of everybody else. Most everyone else just sells stuff they pick up on the street.
Interesting.
But,
Thanks.
yeah, no, they go out there.
Seymour and Sally. Got it.
All right.
What time of day is it? Is it morning? Do we have time to kill?
Yeah, you got the daylight here. All right. What's the priority you want to look for?
So I don't have much until nighttime, and then I would like to start at the house and work our way out from there.
If there's a sense that Jake can sense this now, because he's got the smell of it, it might be worth during the daytime for Jake to just kind of wander the town and see if he can find there's anywhere else that it seems to have a higher concentration.
Gotcha. All right. Then I say, as you walk out, Jake, why don't you give me an instinct roll?
Yep. I would use experience on this, but I am all out of hope. So it's going to be a straight roll. But that's pretty good. That is going to be a 23 with hope.
All right. You get out, you kind of start to get a sense that some of it is stronger in areas. And as your kind of eyes glow, you can see that it's definitely stronger outside of town. But it does feel like it's slowly seeping in on the edges. Almost weirdly, almost like something in the town thins it. There's no other reason why the concentration would be thick or would be thinner here. At least not naturally, what you know about how all that works. But you kind of sniff and there you get the sense it is both not as terrifying, not as unnatural out there. But in the town, there's more of like the stink of it not being right. And you can tell it's close by. The more you focus, the more it seems off. Like the memories start to come up to you. And I guess the best would be with as much as, I'd say what you sense is that the light of the day seems to be dampening this type of essentia. What's this concentration? It is making you worried for when the sun sets.
So even though the essentia, the sense seems to have a higher concentration outside of the town, seems like it's more natural out there. Is
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
that gets into the town, it's lessened, but then starts to feel more off. Or am I misunderstanding?
Feel like the more natural sources are in the town.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
I'll say. And yeah, I would say close by as well. I'll say with that, we will end for tonight.